Okay, people are coming in, joining. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to today's information session with Avila University Arizona. Let me share screen the slides real quick. A second. Thank you, everyone, for signing up for today's webinar. We have the honor to have two guests from Avila University, Arizona. They will be Mercy, who is the Director of Student Recruitment, and Svetlana, who is the Director of the International Admissions with Avila University, Arizona. So today's spotlights include but not limited to STEM programs and concentrations, OPT extension eligible, and affordable tuition structure with Avila University, Arizona, as well as prime location and convenient residency arrangement they have, and also about the student support, admission, CPT, career services, and more. And last but not least, our focused section of the webinars will be the live Q&A section with Svetlana, her team, and also Mercy. So during the webinar, if you have any question, feel free to scan the QR code and book a consultation with us if you want more of your questions about Avila University, Arizona get answered today. So let's get started. First introduction about who is Go Elite. So as a education consultation company, we are located in Los Angeles, and we are dedicated to help international students to thrive in the US with an extensive partnership network with 50 plus US universities. So our service include, but not limited to hybrid professional program application. That means we help you to apply for the schools and help you see through the admission progress. We also help with F1 reinstatement or emergency transfer. If you have any urgent case, feel free to let us know by scanning the QR code. Change of status support, of course, many of our schools, we take in the change of status students as well. So our mission and vision in a nutshell, we want to make students' American dreams come true. And we're also successfully certified by AIRC, which is the American International Recruitment Council ever since April 2022. And we are the sixth AIRC certified agency in the US. So another introduction would be on our rewards program for all of our students. Either you talk to one of our consultants or you enroll to a school through us. We introduce a lot of benefits for you to unlock, and you can simply do so by signing up with your email, either a personal email or a school email. And you can get into a lot of benefits. For example, by evaluating a course, you can get 10 points, and each point you can redeem into $1, and you can redeem them into different types of gift cards. And by referring your friends, we give you 200 as a bonus. So another programming we've been running will be the weekly immigration and education session. And all you need to do is just go on to goelite.com/events, and you can sign up for all the free webinars we're holding. Okay, here's our testimonial from our clients. And we have over 500 reviews, all are 5 stars. Okay, here's where we are on the social media. We have multiple channels, so let's stay connected. All right, thank you. And if you have any questions, feel free to put them into the Q&A section, and our Q&A specialist, Kristen, today will collect your questions from there. So please ask your questions, and Mercy, whenever you're ready.
Okay, let me share the presentation.
Okay, everyone, welcome in. Please put your question in the Q&A section.
So, am I sharing my screen right now? If you can help me
Yes.
to let me know.
Yes,
Okay.
and Mercy, if you don't mind, you can go into the present mode so we can see the full screen.
I'm trying to figure out where.
It's on the left top. It says from current slide or from beginning.
That's what I did. Oh, there we go. Now, are we able to
Awesome.
see? Okay, great. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining today's webinar. My name is Mercy Carlson, and I'm the recruitment director here at Avila University, Arizona. And along with me, I have my colleague Sarai, our DSO, and my colleague Svalana, our director of enrollment. So Avila University, Arizona is in the city of Goodyear, and Goodyear is about 20 minutes away from the capital in Phoenix. It's from the capital of Arizona, Phoenix, 20 minutes away. And in the middle of this picture, the building you see, that's the government building. So the city mayor and all the governors, they work there. And the partial building you see, that is Avila University, Arizona's campus. And we like to highlight this because this picture shows you that we have a lot of government support to run our campus in the city of Goodyear. So our international students are very well supported and they are welcomed in the city of Goodyear. A little bit about Avila University. So Avila University, Arizona is a brand new campus, and we are expecting to welcome our first cohort in October, which is a month from today. But Avila University is not a brand new institution.
Oh, looks like there might be a connectivity issue. We'll just wait for Mercy to rejoin the meeting today. And everyone here, if any questions, feel free to put them into the Q&A section. And Svetlana, if you have the slides that Mercy been using, would you mind sharing it from your end?
I don't have Mercy's slides. Let me quickly connect with her to see if she can resolve the issue on her end. Just give me a moment.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's Avila University, Arizona information session, and we'll get started and right back real soon. So for those of you who missed the opening I did, let me reshare and tell you what to expect for today's session. So today it's Avila University Arizona's hybrid program information session, and today's session spotlights will include but not limited to their STEM programs and concentrations introduction. That means those programs are eligible for OPT extension, which means on top of the standard OPT of 1 year, you can have 2 years of STEM OPT extension. So adding together, that will be 3 years of OPT opportunities. And next one would be affordable tuition structure. That's something we really appreciate Avila for being able to do for our international students, and they will get into it more later. And next one would be the prime location, which was exactly what the director of student recruitment, Mercy, been sharing. So they're in Phoenix right now, and the convenient residency arrangements they're going to share lately too. Okay, there we go.
Sorry, I know there was some technical issues, so
All right,
please
I'll come
let
back.
me know when did you lose me? So where do I
Yeah.
start?
So we were at the location. I was also recapping on what you shared kind of on the page I was sharing. So yeah, we're at the location. You were mentioning students are welcome to Goodyear and how it's a city in Phoenix, close to Phoenix.
Okay. Great. So we are good with the location, and we'll just go to the second slide. That's we were talking about Avila University, a little bit about a history. So Avila University, Arizona is a brand new campus, but Avila University is not a brand new institution. We were founded in 1916, which is over 100 years ago, as a two-year college for women only. Throughout the years, we became a four-year institution. That was 1940, and we changed our name to College of Saint Teresa. In 1969, 50 years later, after we founded the university, we became fully co-educational, meaning that we accept women and men at that time. In 2002, Avila College became today our name, Avila University. So some data to show you about our student population. Our student teacher ratio is about 13:1. We keep our classroom size small to make sure that our students get individualized attention and support from our faculty members. And we have about 2,700 students in total. About half of them are at the graduate level and half of them are at the undergraduate level. Since we founded in 1916, we graduated over 14,000 student alumni. And as of today, we have slightly over 1,000 international students at the home campus of Avila University, which is Kansas City, Missouri. So why we chose Arizona to be this brand new campus location? We look at, some history, some data, and, we want to compare the past, present, and future. We want to make sure there is a future for our students as well as the institution. So in the fiscal year 2024, last year, Arizona attracted over $50 billion in capital investment, and leading to the creation of more than 24,000 new jobs with an average of $75,000. That is way higher than when I graduated with my degree. I wish, I graduated with a degree like that. So some other things to, consider about Arizona is that Phoenix is a rapidly growing tech and startup city right now. Its new nickname is New Silicon Valley, where we know the real Silicon Valley is in San Jose, California. But a lot of the tech companies here are moving towards Arizona. And the biggest semiconductor company from Taiwan, they invested over $100 billion in Arizona, which made Arizona the nation's computer chip capital right now. Arizona is a leader in AI-driven transportation. Waymo is well known. It's the largest self-driving service in the US. In the Metro Phoenix area, you can find it 24/7. And Arizona also has very advanced infrastructure and logistics. Amazon Prime, they can deliver items up to 5 pounds within an hour. UPS launched its facility in the city of Goodyear with over $38 million investment, and that created 1,500 jobs. So what we see here, what we see is that Arizona is a thriving hub for STEM talents. It's one of the fastest growing STEM job market in the US. And we also have very strong industry partnerships there to provide our students with hands-on experience and career pathways. Why we consider Goodyear, Arizona, not Phoenix, Arizona, not another city in Arizona? Because Goodyear is also a fast developing city that we see a very promising future for our students. Last year, again in 2024, Goodyear added over 2 million square feet of development, and that created more than 1,900 jobs, generated over 500 million in capital investment. The city of Goodyear comprises 75% of the state's employment. So even though Phoenix is the capital, but Goodyear has more employment opportunities than Phoenix. The city of Goodyear's unemployment rate is lower than the US national average. It's only at 3.8%. And some of the top employers in Goodyear are Amazon, UPS, Macy's, and Bloomingdale's. So why Avila University, Arizona is a good destination for you to consider? Number one, because of our prime location. Number two, all of our graduate programs are STEM designated. And number three, we really support hands-on industry-focused learning. We collaborate with our industry leaders in the local area to provide this experience for our international students. And as an international student, we offer you comprehensive support, meaning that from recruitment to admissions to graduation, everything you need, everything you name it, we have someone there to support you along the way. And we also have very experienced faculty members. This number is actually higher than a lot of the Ivy League institutions you see in the US. 70% of our professors hold a PhD or the highest degree in their field of study. So they definitely have a lot of knowledge and experience to share with you in the classroom. We truly value global perspective. We have a very strong focus on attracting international students. It's our goal to foster a multicultural learning environment for our students where they are exposed to diverse perspectives. Housing. Arizona campus does not have on-campus housing, it's off-campus housing only, but there are a lot of local apartments within a short commute to our campus. So a one-bedroom apartment is anywhere about $1,200 to $1,400, which means if you share the apartment with a roommate, you can expect your living cost to be around $600 or $700. It's very affordable. And as I mentioned, because all the apartments are within a short commute to the campus, so you can either take public transportation, you can ride a bicycle, or you can walk, run, or drive your own vehicle. The city also offers a shuttle service. It's called We Ride, and that's covered on my next slide. And we also have our housing coordinator to offer you the support if you need to find housing or find, peer network or communities to find, your new home and settle in. So We Ride is the shuttle service provided by the city. It's available within the city of Goodyear as well as its neighbor city, Avondale. And for a trip, one trip is about $2, but being an AUA student, you will get a discount. It's only $1 per trip. And their operating hours are Monday to Friday, 7 o'clock to 7 o'clock. And it's very convenient for you because they have an app that you can use to track their schedule, track where the shuttle is, and book your ride so you can plan your day accordingly. In terms of the program offerings, as of now, the Arizona campus will only be offering 5 graduate level programs. We have 2 MBA programs. One is healthcare administration, and the second one is project management. And we have 3 MS in technology management, business analytics, AI, and data science. And on this slide, I want to point out, if you are still interested in our October intake, which starts next month, you can still apply. However, there will only be 3 programs offered for this intake, which are project management, business analytics, and data science. And for our January 2026 intake and onward, all the 5 programs will be available for you. Some key facts about our programs. All the 5 programs, they share the same key facts. First of all, they are all at the master's degree level. Secondly, the delivery method. We have 2 options. You can either join us on campus or you can choose the hybrid option, which means you will take 8 weeks of online classes with only 2 days of in-person sessions on campus. And we offer very flexible intakes year-round. We have 6 intakes a year: August, October, January, March, May, and July. The total credit hours for each program is 36 credit, and that is equivalent to 12 courses, which means you can graduate within as little as 4 semesters, and that is 16 months. And once again, all the programs we offer, they are STEM OPT eligible. So now I hope you are interested in, learning more about how you can be eligible, how you can apply. So our admission requirements are very straightforward. We need you to have a bachelor's degree from an accredited institution. I know some students may have a 3-year bachelor's degree. Do not worry about that because we do in-house evaluation. As long as your 3-year bachelor's degree is considered as equivalent as a 4-year bachelor's degree and is from an accredited institution, most likely our admissions team will take it. And in addition to that, we need you to submit official transcripts to evaluate your GPA. And we have a minimum of 2.75 GPA requirement. If you do have your GPA between 2.5 and 2.74, we will consider you for provisional admission, which means you can still get accepted. The condition is that for the first semester, or you say the first 3 courses, first 9 credits, you have to maintain a 3.0 GPA requirements. Students have questions here. What if I don't meet our requirements? We have a very, very strong academic advising team there to support you, and their success rate is about 98 to 99%. So here I can say, as long as you are willing to work with our advisors, the chance of failing is barely impossible. And in terms of language requirements, we do require IELTS of 6.0 or equivalent, such as TOEFL 75, Duolingo 105. And as far as I know, a lot of the students here, you do have a bachelor's degree in the US already. So if that's the case, you don't need to worry about the English language requirement. And for students who are slightly below our requirements, let's say you have an IELTS score of 5.5 or equivalent, we will be accepting you as well. But we will be offering you a 16 weeks of free online ESL courses. So you have to take those courses simultaneously when you take your graduate level program classes. And you have to make sure to pass that course. And one thing I forgot to mention here is that with your bachelor's degree, we do not have any background requirements. So your bachelor's degree could be in theater arts, it could be in political science. And if you want to do AI, you are welcome to do it. We open the door for you. We offer the opportunity for you. So now, once you submit all the required documents, we issue our decision normally within 24 to 36 hours, which is very quick. And once you get your offer, if you want to move forward to accept it, as an onshore student, you will need to submit a copy of your I-94, your passport, your visa, and your current I-20 if you are in another school. And in addition to that, we need financial documents such as your bank statement and affidavit of support. And affidavit of support is only required if you are not the bank account holder. And how do you apply? We have our strong partner here, Go Elite. So you can always reach out to your Go Elite advisor and consultant and prepare all your required documents, and they will help you to work on your application. And once again, if you decided to accept the offer and move forward, then you can pay the $500 deposit. And you can receive your I-20, sign your enrollment contract, and then you can complete the transfer in process, or if you need to apply for a different type of visa, then it's your time to do that. Here is a sample schedule to show you that our class schedule is very flexible. So for students who are going to be on campus, you will have one course that is once a week in person every Monday. And you will have one course that is online, it's every Tuesday. And the rest of the week is your time, is free time. And if you choose to take the online option, then both courses will be online. And as I mentioned earlier, you will be required to attend 2 days in-person session every 8 weeks. In terms of course load, you have 2 options. So if you choose to take 3 courses per semester, as you see in the chart, each semester has 2 terms. So you can take either 2 courses in term 1 and 1 course in term 2, or you can take 2 courses per semester, which means is 1 course per semester. One thing we like to point out here is that students who are joining us in term 1, no issue, you can do the 1+1 model. But students who are joining us in term 2, for example, in October this year, which is next month, you will be required to take 2 courses to meet the regulation requirements. And then for spring semester next year, you can do 1 course in term 1 and 1 course in term 2. In terms of engagement opportunities we provide for our students, it's a lot. Everything is career-driven, career-ready, readiness preparation, such as CPT, OPT consultation, career coaching, academic writing support. We also offer industry networking events for you to network with local organizations, communities to build your brand. And there's the personal branding workshop that can help you to learn how to market yourself. And if you want to be a leader, we also have the leadership development program to support you to achieve that goal. Tuition fees, we are very affordable. So each semester, if you take 3 courses, that is $6,075. The first semester here, you see the number is lower because you paid for the $500 deposit, which is applicable towards your tuition. So the total net tuition alone is $24,300. Adding up insurance, program fees, etc., all the mandatory fees, you can expect the total program to be about $27,000. So welcome to the Go Elite webinar, because now you will be eligible for the $6,000 Go Elite scholarship, which is exclusive for Go Elite only. You have to choose Go Elite to be your representative in order to be eligible for this scholarship. And it cannot be combined with any other scholarships we offer. So program net tuition after the Go Elite exclusive scholarship is $18,300. And the net tuition per semester, depending on if you take 2 courses per semester or 3 courses per semester, it's either about $3,000 or about $4,500. And for more detailed information, you are always welcome to visit our website. And in terms of pathway opportunities, we do offer on-campus employment opportunities, and we do have CPT, OPT. My colleagues will be going over that in the next few slides. And once again, we have a lot of industry engagement and networking opportunities to support you to find a job. In terms of refund, if you change your mind after paying for the $500 deposit, you are eligible for a 100% refund as long as you cancel within 3 business days of signing the enrollment agreement. And as we are getting very close to the program start date, so you have to make sure to cancel within the 3 business days from signing your enrollment contract, but also before the program start. We don't have application fee for Go Elite students, so you don't need to worry about that. And once you pay for your tuition, if you change your mind or life happens, you are eligible for refund request as well. The 1st to the 7th calendar day from the program start date, you can get 100% back. 8th to 11th, you can get 50% back. 12th day and beyond, there is no refund at all. And once you are eligible, we'll process your refund within 30 days. And now I'm going to pass on to our DSO, Sarai, who will be talking about CPT and OPT.
Hi everyone, my name is Sarai, like Mercy mentioned. Thank you, Mercy. And I'm excited to be here with you all today. I'll be doing a brief presentation of our CPT and OPT. So CPT stands for Curricular Practical Training. It is a type of work authorization for international students to work while they're in the US in a position that is directly related to their program of study. There are a couple components that go into it. One of them here at Avila, Arizona, is that it's built into your education. So CPT isn't just an add-on, it actually is integral to your program. And we designed the classroom work to actually be part of your real-world experience. So you'll not only take away academic credit, but also gain valuable career skills. It is fast and hassle-free approval. You, unlike, and I'll go over OPT right now, do not need to go through USCIS for this. This is just DSO student application. And here I will be in charge of helping you go through the application process so it can be smooth and student-friendly. It is also tailored to your career path, as I mentioned. It has to be directly related to your program of study. So it is also employee specific, time limited, and of course, it needs to be authorized by us with the role, location, and time frame that you decide to do. If for some reason there are any changes, let's say you decide to pick a different employer or shorten your time frame with them, please feel free to just reach out to me and we can work on those updates together. And also, this is working while you learn. So CPT is offered work while you're in school. So to be eligible to do that, you have to complete one academic year at a SVP certified school. If you have already completed that, you can start right away, and I can walk you through that process. And this, again, just helps you build professional experience alongside your studies. So a little bit more about CPT, the eligibility is right off the bat, the priority is for you to just maintain valid F1 status. So this means being a full-time student. Students at, like Mercy mentioned, have to at least be enrolled in 6 credits per semester. And this is the case as well to be eligible for CPT. This in addition with that is that students must have good academic standing. So make sure you have set good grades that meet that regulatory compliance for your F1 visa, and as well as you're just, again, being full-time student. And then, of course, having just full up-to-date information in CVIS, whether that's your address, phone number, and academic program details. If any of that changes, again, it is important for you to just mention that to us so we can update it on your CVIS record and I-20. Failure to just maintain status will disqualify you from any CPT and can lead to the termination of this immigration benefit. So we do run an 8-week terms for a semester. So during these terms, we actually do review and renew your CPT. This means 3 things. You are still employed at your approved sites. 2, that you continue to meet the eligibility requirements. Again, we are checking that you're at good academic standing and you're still a full-time student at AUA. And again, any changes in duties or location are properly reported and reevaluated into your CVIS record. So as I keep mentioning, communication is so key with the DSO. We are the ones updating your CVIS record, your I-20, and that is super important. So any check-ins or submissions that you may not have, checked back with us can and will result in us having to cancel your CPT. So again, in order to avoid that, just be sure you are communicating back with us when we check in and give you any forms for you to submit any updates. All right, so moving forward, and again, I'm happy to answer any questions about CPT, but I'll do a brief introduction to what OPT is. So OPT is also a work authorization, and unlike CPT, this is actually something that's granted and approved by USCIS for eligible F1 students who are in the process of or have completed their academic programs. And it also allows them to have practical experience that's directly related to the program of study. It is a one-time benefit per education level. So again, this provides a full-time experience, work experience in the U.S. for your degree. So if for some reason you've done a master's degree somewhere else and done the OPT there, unfortunately that rules you out of OPT of doing it at another level or the same level, I'm sorry. But if you've done a bachelor's level and now moving on to a master's level, then you can go ahead and apply for this. And so to be eligible, you must, 1, have valid F1 status. So again, maintaining good academic standing, being a full-time student, being compliant with all F1 regulations. You must have completed 1 full academic year at an SCP certified school on the F1 status. And then you must intend to work in a job directly related to your program of study. You're on the F1 visa, that it's a student visa. So any work authorization under the F1 visa must always be directly related to that student your program of study. So, and you might have have used 12 months or more full-time of CPT. And I can go over that very briefly right now. Pretty much CPT, not to go a little bit backwards, but there's part-time and full-time. For full-time, you cannot go over 12 months. If you do so, you'll become ineligible for OPT. So staying within 11 months of full-time CPT is totally fine. I can go over that a little bit more if you have questions at the end. But yes, if you've stayed within less than 12 months of full-time CPT, you can still apply for OPT. And I just want to point out that for OPT, you don't actually need a job offer. You can begin applying once you know your program end date. You can begin applying as early as 90 days before that end date, and no later than 60 days after that end date. Again, this is USCIS approved. We will meet and I will walk you through the specifics of what the application looks like. You will receive an I-20 from me, which you have 30 days to submit. Again, I'll go ahead and walk you through that process once you get there. But I do want to point out that no late submissions, they'll be denied automatically. And so again, I will make sure that we are in the time frame for you to get approved within their time frame. I believe that is all on my part for now. Oh, sorry. One more slide. So employment rules. So there are some rules while you're employed. One, you cannot begin working before you are approved. So you need that approval from USCIS. Once you're approved, they're going to go ahead and mail you a EAD card. You cannot even if you've been approved, you cannot begin working if you have not received your EAD card. So again, make sure you have those two documents prepared before you begin working. If not, you will be falling out of status. So again, your employment must be directly related to your field of study. All employment must be reported to your DSO or through your SB portal. You will have access to your SB portal once you start applying for that OPT. If you're having trouble with it, which I know some students do, go ahead and come to me and I'm happy to just update, again, address, name changes, phone number, and even any job changes. I'm happy to do that. And talking about job changes, so students do have a 90-day 90 days of unemployment. So what this means is that if for some reason you're approved for your OPT and your time starts then, and you don't find a job for, let's say, the next 20 days, that is okay. You have 90 days of unemployment while you're on OPT. Or let's say you have a job, but all of a sudden you don't like it and want to find another one. It just doesn't fit you anymore, your schedule. You can go ahead and you do have that flexibility of the 90 days. Just be sure that you are keeping track of those 90 days because after that 90-day, you go over the 90 days, your record will be automatically completed, which means you will need to, you'll fall out of F1 status and we will kindly just ask for you to depart the US since that F1 status is gone. So I do want to mention that both paid and unpaid positions qualify as long as you meet that 20 plus hour per week minimum, and it's directly related to your degree program. So again, if you don't find a full-time job, that's okay as long as you're at least getting that part-time 20 hours per week is totally okay. So some things that you need to keep in mind to maintain your status is and reporting requirements is while you're on your OPT, you must report all employment, unemployment, and address changes within 10 days. It is super, super crucial for you to make sure you are communicating with us when there's any update, any changes to your situation. There is a limit to unemployment. Like I mentioned, you have the 90 days and they are cumulative, meaning that Saturdays and Sundays do count. It is not just business days. So that's something to keep in mind as well when you're keeping account of those unemployment days. And you also can use your SB portal or contact myself, your DSO, to update any information. And just failure to report any of these changes, or if you exceed that unemployment, like I mentioned, may result in termination of your CBIS record. And that is all on my part. I'm happy to take any questions that you may have for Mercy.
Yeah, Alice, I think we'll just hand it over. Now it's Q&A time.
Okay, great. Thank you both so much, Mercy and Sray. So let me share screen real quick. All right, please current share. Thank you, Kristen, for collecting the questions we got so far. I think we have a lot already, so get ready. First one is, do we provide RFE support? I'm thinking it may be referring to requests for further evidence.
Yes, we do.
Okay, great. So I realize some other schools they may charge for it. So do we charge anything, or what kind of items do we provide in the RFE usually?
I'll leave this one to Sarai, but I can confirm we don't really charge fees for that.
Yeah, our school, we don't charge fees. We're happy to help students through that process. Any legal work that's outside the F1 visa, I will say I'm only a expert at the F1 visa, but I mean, all RFEs should be F1 related in that case. And of course, if the student decides to get any legal work, then they can go ahead and do that on their own. But as far as on our side, we're happy to help as best we can through that process.
Thank you, Saray. So as long as your RFE is relevant to your F1 status, then you can go ahead and ask for help. Definitely it's available to you. It's just, I also want to remind everyone here that RFE, the majority of the reason might not be related to your F1 status, especially when it comes to working visa like H-1B. So our next question will be, is there any STEM-based degree that allows potential finish within 1 year? That one for Mercy.
Yes, it is. It's very possible. Once again, all 5 programs we offer, they are STEM-based. And if you do have some sort of credits completed in your bachelor's degree in the US or in your master's degree in the US, which we find equivalent, we can accept some transferable credits. And that means it's going to shorten your study and you are likely to finish within 3 semesters instead of 4.
Great, thank you so much, Mercy. And moving on, our next question will be, can an international student who has a bachelor's and the study language was in English apply for the university without submitting a test score?
So as I mentioned, if your bachelor's degree is completed here in the US or in an English language speaking country that we recognize, then we can waive the English proficiency test score for you. We just need to know which country that is from, and we have to evaluate your transcript to see that is eligible.
Okay, thank you, Mercy. I do have a follow-up question on this one. So let's say the degree was obtained from a country that doesn't have English as their official language, but the course and degree was taught in English. In that case,
Yes, so you are talking about the medium of instruction, which we will take and we will review. And once again, if that's eligible, we will take it.
got it. Awesome. Thank you so much for the clarification. So next question coming up, can you explain how the hybrid program format is in compliance with USCIS? I understand you have to be in person to keep your F1 status.
Sarai, are you okay to take over this one?
Yes, and I do want to mention, I think the name says Slavana, which is my other coworker, but anyways, yes, Sarai. So yeah, so pretty much you as F1 students, you have to meet a certain number of hours to of instructional learning. And so how the hybrid works is that you're online classes throughout the semester, but at the end of each term, 8-week terms, you are required to attend a 2-day mandatory residency. So in this residency, it is instructional. There are assignments that you have to do, and this is just to meet that in-person compliance regulation as an F1 student. So that's kind of how we keep in compliance with USCIS.
Okay, thank you so much. And our next question will be, does Avila offer DBA, especially because DHS policy prohibits second master from next year? I do have a say on this before we move to Avila's team. So for now, the proposal is just a proposal which is still in public comment stage, and the public comment stage will end September 29th. So you still have time to put down your comment to that policy, the proposal, not yet a policy. So that is not yet in place, and the final version of that proposal is still staying unknown since it's still a public comment stage. All right. So yeah, Mercy and Saray, do you have anything to add?
Yes, I will take over this one. And once again, I really want to, say thank you so much for your interest in Avila University, Arizona. And I hope what I'm able to deliver today, not just about, the basic things about Avila University, Arizona, but is the other side that, um, we cannot really put in a slide is like we care about our international students. We are here to offer you opportunities, but giving you the flexibility and supporting you in every possible way we could. And of course, that means we are staying on top of the DHS policies, and we do plan on offering a DBA program next year. If that's possible, it's going to be the second half of the year, and we will keep Go Elite and all the students who are interested in AUA updated as soon as we have more solid information on that part.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mercy. That's a really great answer. So there will be a DBA coming up, possibly the second half of next year. So thank you for asking, and thank you, Mercy, again for answering that. So coming up, is there an installment payment option for the tuition fees? I'm thinking it's more about payment plans.
So it depends on how you interpret the payment options. I know some schools they ask you to pay for the entire tuition, for the program up in the front. Where here we ask you to pay semester by semester, or say, if you do have some challenges financially, we have a team that you can work with. We don't really have any like payment plan throughout the semester, but we do break down the entire program fee into however many semesters you will be studying with us.
Awesome. Thank you, Mercy. So basically the students, they pay their tuition on semester basis.
Correct.
Awesome. Thank you. If you have a low GPA but a high GRE score, is the GPA requirement upon admission dismissible? I think, yeah.
So we do not require GRE or GMAT or recommendation letters. Our evaluation is simply based on your GPA and your bachelor's degree.
Okay, so the answer will be no here.
That's right.
Yeah, the student needs to adhere to the GPA requirement we have, which is 2.75.
And then we can take as low as 2.5. It just the students will be placed in provisional admission. So our GPA requirements are very friendly.
Awesome, thank you. So thank you, Lila, for raising your hand, but we're not doing any raise hand question answering today, unfortunately. But you can always put your question in the Q&A, and we have a colleague right here, Kristen, will put your question on the sheet. Thank you, Lila. And next question, can I still apply for October intake?
Yes, please, please apply now and today, and you get your $6,000 scholarship from Go Elite.
Yes, so please do. And scan the QR code to get started, and we'll send you the application guide. You can also check our websites and fill out the form, and we'll send you application guide automatically. So please let us know. And if you want something simple, you can also give us your email if you want like immediate, but the easiest way will be just fill out the form by scanning the QR code. All right, thank you so much. And next one, can I still join masters after finishing my doctoral degree?
I think the answer is yes for now because the DHS policy has not been finalized. But if that policy passes, the answer will be no. But one thing we like to remind students is, as Sarai mentioned, if you go backwards, lower your degree, there may be some of the OPT, CPT qualifications you won't be eligible for.
Okay, got it. So as Surrey also mentioned, the OPT will be only one-time chance for per higher level of degree. So if you go back, then that will definitely means you don't have OPT, even if you haven't done masters like ever. Because I understand for some people they may go directly from bachelor's to a doctoral, which is very common. So next one, is it possible to get a CPT by a family's company? Also, is it possible to start CPT in the first semester?
I'll leave this one to Sarai.
So I do want to mention for the previous question. So it's only yeah, it's use it or lose it. So unfortunately, if you've decided to skip it, then you kind of lose it. So a family's company. So I think what you're meaning is if and please help me out if I'm not understanding the question correctly. But if you're wanting to work for a family that lives here, works here, a company there. So that is fine as long as it's directly related to your program of study. So during the application process, you do have to have an offer letter. And as when you're applying through the application, you're going to have to submit it through me. You're going to just have to explain how that role relates to your program of study. So if you're doing artificial, some sort of MBA with artificial intelligence, and your family owns some sort of AI company, and you have a role that's, some sort of business role there, then you can just go ahead and I will actually ask you because and when I create the I-20 for you, it actually Stevas ask how it relates to your program of study. So in a few sentences, you will have to just write down how it relates, and that's just going to have to be something that we sit down and I have to approve. And so again, it is okay for you to work at that family company as long as it's directly that role you're going to be getting is directly related to your uh, program of study, excuse me. And then, yes, it is possible to start on the first semester. I will say, though, this is only if you have already completed one academic year at an SVP certified school. So if you did that already, once you start with us, you can go ahead and begin applying. So if you're going to come for October and you want to start in October, you can begin applying as of now. That way we can start that process and you can begin as hopefully as soon as your studies start. If, however, you have not completed that 1 year, you're fresh off the F1 visa and you're attending the US for the first time, then you'll have to complete that one academic year before applying.
Awesome. Thank you, Sarai. So basically, as a summary, it doesn't matter who asked the company for the first question. What matters here for the CPT processing is the relevance between your job and the program you're studying, whether
Yes.
that can be counted as a contingent part of your program completion. For the second question, start CPT in the first semester. I do have a follow-up on this one. What about for our change of status students who previously have been on F1 for maybe more than a year to finish a degree and then switch to other status like J visa or L visa or H1B visa, then they want to switch back to F1. Do they still need to wait for the 1 year?
So with the one academic year, it's on F1 status. So if they're so they pretty much once they become approved for the F1 status, they will need to complete that one academic year on the F1 status in order to be eligible for CPT.
So if they've been on F1 before and they want to switch back to get on a new F1, then they still need to wait for the year.
Yes, just because it's on a new record, if they're doing a new record. So that's how it would work. Yeah.
Got it. That makes sense. Thank you so much. All right, moving on next. Will you be our DSO if we end up in the Miami branch?
Miami Beach or branch?
Does it mean there's also a campus in Miami? Or can we have the student kind of clarify on this question? Yeah, okay, we should maybe give this person who raised the question some time to clarify it. Feel free to put your clarification either in the chat or in the Q&A section. You should be able to do so in the Q&A. All right, let's skip it for now until we have further clarification. Next one will be after the transcript evaluation by Spentran. I have 3 years of legal studies. Will I qualify for the MBA program at Avila? Or what are my other options?
After the transcript evaluation, I have a 3 years of legal study from which country? Like, uh, did you graduate with a bachelor's degree, or does it mean you only have like a transcript showing you that you completed 3 years study without completing the degree? So as I mentioned, some students, like for example, in India, their bachelor's degree is 3 years, or in Australia, the bachelor's degree is 3 years. The 3 years of duration is not a matter. We will take your transcript for evaluation because our admissions team, we do evaluation in-house. So even if a third-party evaluation company evaluated your 3 years bachelor's degree not being equivalent, our evaluation result may be different. So I highly encourage you to just submit an application so our admissions team can officially take a look and issue you the decision.
Okay, thank you, Mercy. I think the rule of thumb here is really if you want to apply for the master program with Avila University Arizona, then you need to at least show you have a bachelor's degree.
That's
Right?
right.
Yeah, the level of degree matters here, and of course your GPA. All right. So okay, that person, for clarify on this one, Ben said that yes, he or she has a Bachelor of Law in banning for 3 years. So if you have an equivalent of that to a US bachelor, then you definitely qualify to apply.
Correct. So, since you have a bachelor's degree, like I said, we don't really check your background. So please apply and give us an opportunity to look at your transcript, and we will let you know if we can take your degree.
Awesome, thank you. All right, I think that should be the end of our question for today. So I don't think we received any clarification on this one. So that's pretty much all we got for today's questions. Thank
If
you.
I may, sorry to interrupt, Alice, but if I may just make an assumption about that question, we didn't get a clarification on. As I mentioned, Avila University, Arizona is a campus of Avila University. So if you mean that you are actually living in Miami Beach and you choose our, the hybrid, the online option, even if you are not here with us, Sarai will still be your DSO. The DSOs are not like attorneys. They need to be licensed in different state. She belongs to our institution.
Great. Yeah, that's a great interpretation that I should have thought of. So yeah, wherever you are, you still qualify to apply for Avila University Arizona's hybrid professional program. And yeah, that's a really good comparison actually, to the lawyer and whether you legally like practicing in the particular states. Thank you. Thank you, Mercy, for interpreting that. And thank you, Sarai, for answering those questions. Let me do a last quick look. We don't have any further question. And thank you, Kristen, for putting together the questions today. And thank you all so much for being here today. That will be the end of today's webinar. And especially thank you again to our distinguished guests here, Mercy and Sarai. Thank you so much. Wow.
Thank you, Alice. Thank you, everyone, for joining
Thank
today's
you.
webinar.
Thank you. And you will receive the recording of today's webinar, everyone here, the attendees, as well as our panelists. So rest assured and have a good night.
Thank you. Good
Thank
night.
you. All right.